want to apply tenders, the multi-million government tenders? Do you want to apply for government jobs? Do you want the imported goods that you have imported to be cleared in an efficient and transparent manner? Do you want to access capital in a very and easy, efficient manner? These are the importance of tax compliance. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Achieve with Chiagnos, and my name is Hilary Chiaga. So today we want to talk about tax compliance, and just to explain what tax compliance in a very simple language is. For instance, if you are given an instruction, kindly go and do this, this and this, and then you follow that instruction to the letter, then you have complied with that instruction. The same case applies to tax compliance. In case you have been given instruction by a taxman that we have these types of taxes, this is how payment is done, these are the law that governs these taxes, and then if you follow what has been placed by taxman, then you have simply complied with the tax laws. So what are the benefits of tax laws, tax compliance? We have said clearly, one, you can access capital easily with the tax compliance certificate. By this I mean lenders, they are in a position and they are very interested to know, are you complying with the tax, such that when we lend you money, we are in a position to tell that this will be viable and it will pay off, since this guy doesn't have trouble with KRA or the taxman. For the goods, those who are importing goods, when they arrive at the port, you need to clear them. You will clear them through one of the avenues of tax compliance, which is a requirement that you comply with the laws that have been placed and ensure that everything is okay. For those who are applying for government tenders, the multi-million tenders, you are required to produce a tax compliance certificate which shows that you have filed all your relevant taxes and you have any obligation that has been missed. So for you to get a tax compliance, number one, you have to file all the relevant taxes applicable under tax obligation, payment of the tax due on or before the due date, and then you clearance of the outstanding tax debt. So we have different types of taxes. We have payee, that is pay as you earn. We have withholding tax, we have advanced tax, we have installment tax, and we have capital gain tax. And these taxes, they have different treatments and how they are supposed to be done. So for instance, the withholding tax. This is a tax that is deducted at the source for different services. What are the example of services offered that are subjected to withholding tax? We have consultancy, we have professional fees, we have audit fees, we have royalties, and many more. Example of a question that majority of us are asking regarding withholding tax is withholding tax a final tax? It's not a final tax. For the withholdee who has been deducted the percentage as stipulated in the law, is required to declare that while filing the returns. Deadline for the filing of withholding tax is normally 20th of the following month, and you are supposed to declare that amount while filing as an income that you have received and has been withheld. And then to withholdee, to the withholder, that tax is final. And another thing to worth noting for the withholding tax is that the services are accessed via the iTax, and the first step is to do payment registration, that is for the withholder who withholds, and then generate a payment slip. The moment that payment slip will be generated, then the withholdee will receive a withholding certificate via his email to inform him that the service has been withheld, an amount has been withheld. Another type of tax is capital gain tax. This is a tax that is levied on the transfer of properties, normally by the transferor. And a typical example is sale of land. For instance, you bought that land at 100,000. Currently it has appreciated and it has gained value. Now you want to sell it at 500,000 Kenya shillings. So you are required to compute 15% of that gain. And it is worth noting, before you compute the 15% of the gain, in that process of selling land, maybe you had incurred some advertising cost so that you get the buyer. Maybe you had incurred some improvement cost. You have built some feeder roads, you have installed a water borehole, a gated community. So those expenses that are wholly and exclusively used in the generation of that piece of land for you to get the client, you need to less it, and then the gain you will get after that is what you subject to 15%. And capital gain tax is a final tax, and you are not required to declare it under your books. It is worth noting again that the payment deadline of filing withholding tax is 20th of the following month. Another type of tax is advance tax, and this applies to the owners of matatu. Any person who wants to register his vehicle as a PSV or a commercial vehicle, you are required to pay a tax that is called advance tax, and this is applicable to different categories of vehicle. For instance, lorries, pickups, trailers, trucks. You are required to pay 2,400 per ton of that vehicle. And for passenger cars like a saloon car, you are required to pay 60 shillings per passenger of that vehicle. And that one is also a final tax.